a reservation. When Elizabeth is set to head out the door after getting ready, she gets distracted by seeing the billboard for Sue's show staring at her outside her window. Elizabeth keeps going to the bathroom and removes or reapplies makeup until she just becomes so bitter and frustrated that she bails on the date without contacting Fred again. During a taping of Sue's show, she does a bad take because she felt something bulging against her backside. Elizabeth covers herself up and walks out of the room as they do a playback to avoid seeing what she hopes isn't real. She goes to the bathroom and pushes the lump up her leg and out of her belly button, which turns out to be a whole chicken leg. Sue also calls the number to complain about Elizabeth's binge drinking and eating habits while Sue barely has time to actually enjoy her life. Sue later goes to the studio to find that the taping for her show has been cancelled. When she goes to see Harvey, he tells her that she has become so popular that they want her to host a New Year's Eve special. Sue accepts and then takes more time away from Elizabeth than necessary. When she does go back to Elizabeth's body, she has become even older and more decrepit looking, with her legs barely able to move. Elizabeth starts to keep herself busy by using a French cookbook that Harvey got her as a condescending gift, all while growing to hate Sue as she watches her on a talk show, mockingly talking about Elizabeth's old show. In retaliation for Elizabeth's disgusting habits, Sue ends up spending 3 months extracting fluid from Elizabeth, which starts to look like an infected sore. When she tries to use it one more time, the fluid comes out looking necrotic. She calls the number, and the voice tells her that she has reached the end of her allotted usage time for her young body, and the stabilizing fluid will reset when she goes back to Elizabeth's body. Sue sees no other option but to do that, and when she returns to Elizabeth's body, she has become a grotesque, hunchbacked abomination. Elizabeth decides to terminate the substance, which will not reverse her affects but will let her continue to live the rest of her life as she is. She gets a black fluid and starts to inject Sue in the chest with it, but she stops short of using the entire syringe and pulls out. Sue wakes up and finds herself face to face with Elizabeth. Sue viciously attacks her until she smashes Elizabeth's face repeatedly against a mirror before beating her to death. Sue then goes to the network to get ready for the New Year's Eve special. Unfortunately, her body starts to literally fall apart, with 3 of her front teeth falling out, her fingernails coming off, and her left ear sliding off. Sue runs back home desperate to fix things, then finds the vial of the activator fluid, which was only designed for one-time usage. Thinking it will create another young body, it instead gives birth to an utterly disgusting creature called Monstro Elisa Sue, which has multiple limbs, teeth, breasts, and Elizabeth's gasping face on the back of it. Monstro goes back to the network with Elizabeth's face from a poster taped to it and fitting into Sue's dress. As Monstro approaches the stage, the face falls off and reveals its hideous visage to the audience, even some children. Harvey attacks Monstro and blows its head off with a mic stand, but the head regenerates. Its arm falls off and sprays the audience in a fountain of gore, covering the entire room in nothing but red goo. Elizabeth smiles one last time before she dissolves into a puddle of goo. In the morning, a floor scrubber washes away the puddle, leaving no trace of Elizabeth behind. Thanks for watching Vplus Recap. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you next time.